show you what this was ringing up. And right here's one thing. There might be something else in the hole, but this is a fired bullet. It looks like it's lead. I'll get it cleaned up, maybe do a cleanup, but it's a bullet of some kind, I would guess. And I'm in front of an old house. We'll get back over the hole here and see if there's anything else real quick. Yep, that must have been it. I'll get back if I find anything else later. I'm out here walking. Water's down. Beautiful piece of work, hematite. It's faceted on all sides. I thought it was broke, but it's not. It's just how it was worked. That's pretty nice. Later. You can see here, here's a cross section of a bank, and there's an Indian site here. You can see a layer coming out right here with some rock, and here's fire rock, this red, that's a piece. It's not classic, but there's just a little bit of stuff coming out, and you never want to dig back into this, ever. I never do. This is where the stuff comes from. The water just came up. You can see where it gradually come down. All of this stuff washed down into here in this sand, and it's just going to be blown out in the river. That's what you want to sift. That is not what you want to sift. You see there's a nice cut in there. Right there. Stuff could have come out of here, but you know, usually, about busted myself here. Usually this stuff isn't concentrated when it comes out, but after enough of it does come out, it's going to settle down in here. Then the next high water, it's going to blow it out into the river gravel. Then eventually they're going to come in here and dredge this area out in the river and just destroy everything. Another good place to hunt arrowheads is go to gravel companies. I found lots of stone tools there that dredge out of rivers, and if you can get in to the places after they close, and you know, they'll let you go in and look through the rocks. I find tons of fossils that way, tons of cool rocks, and not a lot of artifacts, but enough to do it. If they just, you know, if you can get in and do it, and then I'll buy buckets of rocks off of them. You can find flint that way too if you're a napper, big river cobbles, and then slab them. It's a kind of a good thing to do because you can find lots of stuff. There's lots of different stuff in the gravels. You can also metal detect it. I found coins on piles. It's just right off the bottom of the river, so you can imagine what's in it. It's a great place to look. Well, I'll get back if I find anything. I've got this place picked over. I don't have any really hopes of finding anything else. I found that hematite piece, and I found a tip I didn't film. Maybe I'll show it at the end of the video. Later. Right, I'm back out in the cornfield again, living the dream, and I'm metal detecting the Garrett Ace 400. But I walked up on an arrowhead here. Looks like somebody's been in here the last couple of days, and this one's sticking out. We did get some snow on, but pull this out, and it melted, and it's busted. But man, that's all right. It's a pretty nice one. Still kind of muddy, but it's just muddy enough. It's real muddy down there. I'm up on this drainage area, and I was thinking down there, I can't even metal detect way out in there, but I can here. And this ain't a bad find. It's probably broke from the plow, but maybe not, but it's still pretty nice. That's a nice Adena. I'll put a tip on that one. Just like a $10 arrowhead, but still, it's pretty nice. I'll get back if I find anything else, which I'm sure I am. I got the detector. I'm going to go over this in a different mode and see what I can pull out of here. Didn't have nothing else to do today, except do some work later, so getting a little bit of playtime here this morning. Well, thanks for watching the videos. I'll get back at you later. I got some kind of an artifact here, I think. Didn't find much of this, but you can see right here, this is Indian pottery that is incised. It's busted all up, but that's cool. Look at the incising in that. That's probably off the side of the bowl or on the top of the rim. This probably had a little lip on it here. This is probably right under the lip. It's like a fired clay. It looks like it has some charcoal and some shell, ground up shell in it, which is common. I like that. I know it's busted all up, but the incising just makes it great. That's kind of a cool find. Later. See, there's some modern post 1900 pottery, but right here is what we're going to look at. Yep. It's a pipe stem. Can't see through it. It must be clogged with dirt, but man, it's got a tiny hole on it. It's all busted. Probably was whole when it was lost in this field, and like I said before, these gravels, most of them's hard stone. Right here's fire rock. This is burn up, exploited rock. Most of it's sandstone here where I live. That's it right there. It turns red in color. Here's another piece. It's all through this stuff. There was campfires all over this little ridge, and now they're plowed out and stuff's getting destroyed. Well, right there's a piece of flint, river pebble flint. Well, I'll get back if I find anything else. Hopefully I can get something cool with the detector today and get a metal detecting and arrowhead hunting video on again. That's what I'm shooting for. But later. I'm a couple rows over from where I found the pipe stem. Look at this, laying right out on top. Another pipe. That's probably the stem off the other one I found. Right there you can see where it come through into the bowl. Just all roached out, but still cool. It's got a real small bowl on it, so that's an old one. The smaller the bowl, the older it is, from what I understand. That's pretty cool. I thought that was bone, the first one, when I saw it. Well, later. Found this. You can see the pecking started here, and it's a piece of granite, and you can see the line of pecking start going down. This is the start of an axe, or just a crapper one, and you can see the bit damage there where it's been used. This is definitely an artifact. It's just not that nice. You can see the pecking all the way around it. This has been hafted. It's just a crappy axe, but that's what it is. Laying just right on top. Later. I didn't know what this was. I switched to relic mode. Wasn't getting a lot of hits, and as soon as I did, I went back over stuff and got this, and it looks like a 3-ringer. I'll show you what it's ringing up. It was about that deep too, right there where I dug that hole. A diggable signal, but you know, not what I usually dig. But I'm not getting many, and I better go back over to the place, because this is a bullet right here. Actually, this is a 2-ringer. If anybody knows about this, let me know. It looks like it's real concave and there's packed with dirt, but it's only got 2 rings on it, and it looks like a dropped one. It's not been fired for sure, and it's been in the ground a long time. Right here out in this cornfield, right on this little ridge. I like that. Don't find a lot of these. I don't think I've ever found a 2-ringer one. I've found 3-ringer ones before. But man, that's a nice shape. I'll get it cleaned up and maybe show it later in the video. Later. Crap, I just walked up on something that looks pretty damn nice. I've eyeballed it. I haven't pulled it out. But you can see how wet it is here. We got a little bit of drainage, and I'm right on the slope of a hill where I found some points the last time in this field. And water's rushed down in here when the snow melted, and it rained some since I've been here. You can see still it's wet. Right there's somebody's footprints, and I don't think that's mine. No, it's not. It's somebody with a small foot. But look at this sticking out. When I look back in there, I can see more of it. It looks to be about 4 inches. It looks like it has a modern plow ding right here on the end, but oh, this is looking good. Let's see what this is. Oh my God. Look at this. This is unbelievable. That's a Cobb's knife. Let me get my glove off. I'm going to turn this off so I don't want to get my gloves all dirty. I'll be back in just a minute. It cleaned off a little bit. It looks like it has a small plow ding here and the tip's been hit, but it's almost all there, and it looks like it's Crooksville chert probably. It's got like a fossil right here, and you can see where they left it because it was a hard spot in it. That's not broke. But man, this is nice. It's beveled just barely. Right on this edge, and on this edge here, it's got a bevel to it. And I'd say definitely it's Crooksville with these fossils in it. I'll have to wipe it off more. But wow. This is the best thing I've found in a field for a long time. It's a shame it's got that plow ding there on the base. Kind of looks like a notch, but it's not. It's damaged, and the tip's just barely, but it's 99% there. 98%. Wow, that's nice. Wow. It's got all kinds of like lines and fossils in it. That's a pretty good one, I must say. Later, looks like something to me, and I didn't want to. I found a blade right over there where my metal detector's at, and I was eyeballing this when I was filming that blade, and this looks like it could be something. But right here is burn up fire rock, and you can see the fractures on it. It's not a rounded stone, so and it's red. That's from heat. This stone would have been tan or brown originally. It's been heated in a campfire. Here's another piece. This is what that stone would have looked like before. Let's see what this is. It's just a rock. But there was, see this hard stone coming out? This could be a hammer right here. It might be. Let's see if I can't show some fire rock here. Here's another piece. The red stuff, this isn't just red sandstone, it's been heated, and you can see the fractures all on it. That's exploded. What happened is, it's a regular stone. They made a campfire, they heated these rocks, they used them from cooking, some of them. They explode after a while because of the moisture in them. The water heats up and blows pieces off. And you can do this, you can lay rocks in a fire and they'll explode. They'll shoot out at you after a while, especially some of the hard stone. Here's another piece. That's out of a campfire. And then here's just the regular stuff. That's a cobble that's rounded. If that would have been in a fire, it'd look like that other stuff that I just showed. See, here's a little flake of flint. Flint there. Fire rock right beside it. Most of this stuff's beat up, but I can't believe that blade. I've never found anything that big in this field before. All small points. It's just because I'd say it got plowed up this year. We got a bunch of erosion. See, this looks funny here too. It's just a rock. And what we did, we got erosion on the side of this bank, and that thing would have been done in 20 pieces by the next plow. Or they haven't even dissed this yet, so it would have been done this year. That piece would have been destroyed. Thank God I got it. Here's more fire rock right here. This red fragments of a bigger piece that's blown apart. Here's another piece. See how it's red and black? That's from the fire. It was an Indian fire, or multiple Indian fires over probably thousands of years on this ridge. Here's a piece of cracked up river pebble, black chert, that they've spalled some pieces off of there. See, somebody was in here yesterday. These aren't my tracks, and they walked right by that blade. It was hard to see. I'll give them that on that one. I thought it was a leaf when I saw it, and it was right in on them corn stalks, and it looked the same color. So I got lucky on that one, I would say. I'm glad that one wasn't laying flat out for somebody else to get. Wow. Well, I'm going to detect. I've looked all the places that I found points here and detected them first. I found out a Dino right at the start when I got in. It's broke. It's not real good, but it was worth it for that blade. I'll get back. Hopefully I can find a coin with a detector. That's what I'm hoping for. Later. I want to give you a look at the ground here. At the stuff I'm multi-detecting. I'm out on a little ridge with some river gravel on it and stuff. There's fire rock all through the flint. And right here is a perfect example. I just spalled these flakes off right here. Off of this with this rock, this piece of hardstone. It's like quartzy, but you can see this is a river pebble. This is what they're making the flint out, or the points out of. You can see how much this looks like Coshocton flint. There it is. You can see what I mean. You can go to gravel companies along the river and search their piles, and this stuff is all through it, and it's in pieces like this big. You can slab it down and sell it to nappers or make points, but this stuff's everywhere, and you can see how much that looks like Coshocton. You can't even tell the difference, like from Central Ohio. And it's probably the same family of rocks. This is just something that's washed down the river in the gravels. It's hard to tell where it come from originally. It's just sharp as can be, and it's real nice quality stuff. Here you go. There was campfires all over this. You can see the difference between the round rocks that have been tumbled in the river, and let's see if we can't find a piece of fire rock right here. We're down on this lower end of this. See, there's more chert. That could be busted open just the same as that other stuff, and a point could be made out of that if you was a good napper. See if I can't see some burn up stuff here. It's cracked open real quick. Well, right here we go. Here's a piece. It's been heated beyond belief. You can even bust it apart here now probably. Here's another piece. That's been in a fire. You can see the redness to it and all the fractures on it. Most of these rocks in here are smooth. You can see they're all like cobbles, and then you'll get that broken up stuff in it, and that's a campfire hearth that was plowed out of the ground. See, that'd be a nice piece of stone to make a hard stone piece there. It's all through. You just got to kind of look. I'll get back if I find anything with the detector or any more artifacts. I just wanted to show you all that there's another piece of chert right there. That could be busted open and a little bird point made out of. Alright, later. I just dug this up. An old railroad spike probably. Not sure. Looks a little small for a railroad spike. That's kind of cool. That's really old, whatever it is. I'll get back at you later. It's all roached out, but it's an old one. It's been here a long time. Probably the first people that settled this town. This has been here. It was deep too. But we'll take it. Nothing major, but you know, that's cool to find stuff like this, I think. Later. Back. I just wanted to show, some people were asking me about what is fire rock, so I showed it several times before, but here's a real good example. We're right in this river gravel up on a ridge. This stuff's all washed in here. Here's a piece of rock that has been heated, that's not blown up as much as these pieces on the ground, but you can see most of it is just like creek cobbles, and that's what all of it is. They were, and a lot of the fire rock pieces were a lot bigger than these pieces, but they're exploded. Right here is a piece of fractured fire rock right out of an Indian campfire. It's blown up. Here's another piece. Here's another piece. Here's another piece. This is what this stuff would have looked like when it was, before it was in a fire. This stuff. This is the difference. There's a fire hearth plowed out right here. This is all fire rock. All of it is fractured and blown apart. Here's another piece. This is right out of an Indian fire. Here's a piece that maybe wasn't fired as long, but you can see the cracking in it, and a piece blew off of it. And this is just a piece that looked like this. So when you see this stuff right here with flint flakes, you're going to start finding artifacts. And this is in a field. This is a little different than most fields. Most fields, this has dirt all over it. This is sandy soil with gravel in it, so it drains fast. So this stuff's washed out. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to look for. You might have a field that's acres and acres and acres, and there might only be like a 25-yard section with flint in this, and this is what you want. This is the main occupation spot, and this is it in this field. It's right up against the back of this bank, and the river's behind me. So there was Indians sitting right in here along this bank. There's probably so much stuff under me, if you could excavate this, it'd just be ridiculous. And I got that big blade out of it. Everything really is under the plow line here, because the river comes up and puts down sediment. So most of the real old stuff's deep. But in the sides, on the sides of the banks and stuff where you do get erosion, you're going to get the old stuff. But most of it's going to be broke up if you don't walk it all the time, because once they disc it, that blade I found earlier would have been done this year. So I lucked out. That's one of the nicest things I've found for a while. It's a beautiful piece. Later. I swung my detector here, got a hit. I'll show you what it's ringing up. I kicked it out. It was right on the surface in this plowed field. Nice repeating signal. So I kick it out, and look what it is. It's another 2 or 3 ringer right on the surface, and it's another dropped one. I'll have to clean that up. It's got dirt all up in the bottom, but man, it's really concave on the bottom. It looks dropped to me. Man, it's in perfect shape. It's been laying here a while. It's got that white patina on it. It's probably just been laying in this field every time it gets plowed and then buried. And man, can't believe it didn't have any plow dings or nothing. That's one of the nicest bullets I've found for a while. Look how perfect that is. Wow, that other one's pretty nice, but this one's nicer. Later. Alright, I didn't find nothing else. I've been at it for hours, but here's the highlight of the day. This is just beautiful. This is one of the nicest blades I've found in years, and it's from a damn cornfield. I'd say it's 5 inches long, probably right on the nose. That's what it looks like to me. It's just spectacular. And I would say it's fossil Crooksville chert. I found other pieces of it. It's just insanely nice. Wow. Well, I'll get back in a few days. I think I'm going to go up and metal tech in the yard, but my battery's running low, so this will be it for the day. Later.